Hello, everyone. Welcome to iProperty Your Mind Matters series in partnership with Malaysia Positive Psychology Association. iProperty.com.my believes in assisting agents to improve their personal and professional lives and live the life they really desire in the property industry. In this special episode, Johan Amilin, who is an ex-co of the Malaysia Positive Psychology Association, will be sharing on this topic today. And that topic is master your emotional intelligence for success. How do you do this? By enhancing your perception, understanding, management of emotions for success. So, what is emotional intelligence? I'm sure most of you have heard of IQ or smarts or intelligence quotient, they call it, right? But most of us probably have not heard about emotional intelligence. And there's also a big debate out there wondering, is IQ better than EQ or is EQ more important than IQ? Which I hope that in this short talk, I will be able to explain to you or share our thoughts with it. But first, let us look at what is emotional intelligence or what we call EQ. So EQ is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathically. So let me just go through that again. So basically, EQ is your ability to understand and be aware of the emotions that are coming up in your mind, okay? And then how do you manage it? How do you control those emotions? And then how do you then share with others, tell others how you are feeling, or how expressing to other people how the emotions are coming out in you, okay? So this is how, through our own emotional intelligence, we can handle and build up our own interpersonal relationship with others as we become more vulnerable and also become more open with others. You have a high EQ if you are able to do these two things. If you are able to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, you probably have high emotional quotient. If you are able to recognize, understand, and influence the emotion of other people, then definitely you have a high emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. So let's unpack this a bit. Now, being able to recognize your emotions. Sometimes we get emotions, sometimes we don't have the words to describe it. We feel angry, but angry also has different levels. Even happiness has different levels. Happiness, you have joy, ecstatic. So are you feeling happy now? Are you feeling joyful? Are you feeling ecstatic? Or are you just feeling chill? So what level of emotion are you? And how did this emotion come about? If you are feeling joyful, ecstatic, and also happy, what can you do with it? Right? So this is how we understand, we recognize, understand, and are able to manage our own emotions. Do we want to feel even more happy? Do we want to continue feeling happy? Should we just watch more comedies or something light so that we can be even more happier or ecstatic or joyful? So these are how we can manage our emotions. In other people, again, the same thing. What kind of emotions are they expressing? When we talk about people that are angry or happy, are they just being angry? Are they being furious? Are they being just chill, happy, joyful, ecstatic? What kind of level of emotion are there? If we are able to recognize this, understand where it's coming from and why they are feeling that way, we are then able to also influence the emotions of others by either helping them calm down if it's an angry situation or a negative situation, or helping them feel even better if they're feeling happy, joyful, or ecstatic, right? So for example, if somebody says, hey, I just passed my exam, you can make them feel even happier. Yes, I knew you could do it. Let's go and makan. Okay, let me buy you some makan and let's celebrate even more. So this can enhance the emotion and you can influence the emotion even more. So coming back to the argument, is intelligence, IQ more important than EQ? I would like to share these quotes with you and this data with you so that you can make this decision on your own. We feel that EQ is important because According to a Harvard University professor and his research, shared with us that just 5% of decisions are based on logic, IQ. 95% of customers buy on emotion, how they feel. And if you'd like to know more, you can go and look for his book, How Customers Think, Essential Insights into the Mind. But I don't think I need to tell you that too much because as property agents or people in the sales line, you probably already know that. Most people would buy on emotion. You can tell them about the features, the location, size of unit, what's the conveniences around, what's the square footage, etc. But most people would probably buy based on how they feel when they walked into the unit, how they feel about that area, what kind of emotions they get from that property. So these are all emotions that help them make the decision of whether or not to buy. Another insight that we can learn from this is that Customer Experience Insight, which is a magazine from Australia, where they interviewed customers, and this is what customers said. Ultimately, we buy products, services, or ideas from people we like and people we trust. They have highlighted in blue, we like and we trust. Nowhere in there that is say we buy products, services, or ideas from people who are smarter than us or who are more intelligent than us and teach us what we need to know. They buy things from people they like and trust, and these are all emotions. I like you is an emotion. I trust you because I believe that you are somebody that won't hurt me, and you are somebody that's impeccable with your words, and I just feel that you will deliver on your promise. You just feelings and emotions. So based on this, we can see that, especially in the sales line, EQ or emotional intelligence is very, very important because we make decisions based on emotion. Now, I know that EQ, IQ may be hard to grasp, so we have a visual representation of it. People with high EQ generally are like the people on the left here. They are able to identify emotions in themselves and in others. They are able to relate easily with others, hang out, and also build up social communication. I mean, social network, chat, talk to each other. In this kind of situation, people with high EQ know when a friend maybe needs just a few minutes of your time, a listening ear. They know when a friend needs a pat on the back or maybe just to hang out and have a drink or something like that. Okay? And during those times, they know what to say, talk, and just show support. So all of these are social communication, identifying emotions, and trying to help the other person or influence the other person's emotion. They feel down, let's take them somewhere where they can feel better so that when they walk out of the restaurant or from the bar, they'll feel better, influencing another person's emotion. People with high IQ are generally people that are able to process visually, that they can see things very well, they can see design, creative. They are people that can also retain a lot of data, information, and they use logic to argue or debate as well. So they can have loads of data to tell you why this is a good idea. But sometimes data are not emotion. And again, when we come back down to what we like, what we trust, it's people and connections, not data per se. So this is the differences when we see high EQ and high IQ people. This is a mood meter that we use for emotions. You can download this from the internet. You can also find apps for this on your iPhone and also for Android. So you can actually track your moods every day. What are you feeling? So just to walk you through this, bottom is the pleasantness, how pleasant you feel. From blue is, imagine Monday morning blue. How do you feel? Do you really want to get out of bed? Do you really want to go out of your house? So this is the blue that we feel. As we go up, energy. Blue means you're hard to move, you're sitting down in your sofa. Whereas as you go up in the red, you become more energetic, you become more furious, angry, and you just want to move, punch somebody in the face or something like that. That's the energy level. On the right-hand side, green and yellow. So green is like you chill, you're reading a book, watching Netflix, or just relaxing. Whereas yellow is you're excited, you're thrilled, you're elated, you're ecstatic, you out there moving, you're probably dancing or moving around. So this is the high energy thing. Now, how do we use this to see other people's mood or also our own? Like I said, you can use this to track your moods. Sometimes when you see that if you're in the blue, you can ask yourself, how can I move to green or yellow? So what can I do? Maybe I go out jogging, maybe take a walk. So this is how I can change my mood. If you see somebody, for example, in the red zone, somebody that is angry, so very, very high here, angry, furious, you then understand that since they are in a high energy, unpleasant area, which one would you use, green or yellow? If you use yellow emotion, so lively, happy, some of the emotions in yellow, they might get even more angry because same energy. Energy will create more energy. So if you are happy and meet somebody angry, the person that's angry will get angrier. So we use this mood meter. If you are in the red, we would choose something in the green to calm you down and perhaps say things like, perhaps you want to take a minute, think about it, calm down, then we can talk about this. So this is where the mood meter helps us influence other people's emotion and also understand our own emotion. So feel free to download the app and use it in your work or also managing your mood. Now, what we can share with you today is 5 tips on how you can develop your emotional intelligence further. And one is, most important, is paying attention to emotions, your own and others. A lot of times we are told to control our emotions rather than manage our emotions. Controlling our emotions is like when we're angry, we said, don't shout, don't scream, control it. When we're sad and we want to cry, say, don't cry. That's controlling your emotion. But managing our emotion is understanding that if we're angry or furious, how do we manage this? Do we really need to punch somebody? Is there something else can we do? Maybe we can take deep breaths to manage my emotion. Then if I'm still feeling angry, I can write a letter or complaint or send an email or talk to the person or their superior. So these are how we manage our emotions. Okay? So when we understand our emotion, we can perceive our emotion, we can manage and control our emotions, then we can help others with their emotions as well. So first step is paying attention to our emotions. What emotions are there? Why is it coming up? And how can we manage it? Another one is mood management. Is this the right time and place to say this or do this? So before you want to say something to somebody or even say it to yourself, stop, think before you act. Is this appropriate? Can I do something else? Is this the best thing to do? What else can I do? Before you act. So rather than saying, hey, chill, calm down to somebody that's angry, perhaps you want to stop and think, maybe they have a right to be angry, let them be for a while, maybe I'll talk to them later on. So this is how we can do mood management as well. Self-motivation, find your why. Why are certain things important to you? What are you passionate about? Find how that gives you joy, happiness, and that probably can give you motivation because it may be something that inspires you to do more of. You can get out of bed. Monday morning blues gone because you enjoy doing this. So find your why, find what gives you the green or yellow. Empathy. So understanding how other people feel starts from understanding how you feel first, so that then you can understand how they feel and why that kind of emotion is coming up and how you can help them. So empathy is going beyond you, helping other people understand and managing their emotions. And with this, if you can do that, you can also build your relationships, which is managing relationships, communicating well, understanding each other, knowing when your friend needs a cup of coffee or a listening ear. This is managing relationships because you have high empathy. So with these 5 tips on developing your EQ, I hope that this will enable you to become even better, understanding and perceiving your own emotion and helping you with your relationships and influencing other people's emotions. One quote I would like to leave you with is, if you are tuned out of your own emotions, you will be poor at reading them in other people. everything starts from you understanding your own emotions. With that, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. So if you'd like to know more, follow us on our FB site, Malaysia Positive Psychology Association. Thank you.